Guys, welcome to Mostly Metal. Today we're going to talk about Cannibal Corpse, but first, what's playing in the background here. This is the new Ceremony album. It's called In the Spirit World. This came out on Relapse not too long ago. Here's the inner sleeve. Very colorful artwork, and depending on which way you put the inner sleeve in, the little window in the middle changes. Ceremony's been around for, I think, about 13 years or so. It's a little different thing. Started off more as a punk band. I didn't become a fan until I think they were on Matador when they released an album called Zoo. They've kind of morphed into a punk band that listens to Joy Division and Devo, if that makes sense. Hopefully you can hear this in the background. I pre-ordered this from Relapse, and it came with a little Rubik's Cube, which matches kind of the theme and the colors of the album. Big fan of these guys. I don't think they get enough respect in the metal community. Granted, they're not really metal, so to speak, but they have metal roots, and I respect a band that's willing to kind of go outside of the realm of the norm and do something a little different. You can hear this in the background. This doesn't sound like your typical Relapse output, so good band. Check them out. I'd start with Zoo, work your way forward, and then if you want the more punkier stuff, I think they were on Bridge 9 record label at one point, which is more of a hardcore label. But the real reason we're here is to talk about this Cannibal Corpse box set. Hopefully you can see that. There's a lot of glare. It's black and red. It's called Dead Human Collection, 25 Years of Death Metal. Now there's a little design here on the back. Maybe you can see it. This box set, this shows you what it has on it, but I'll read it to you. All 12 full-length studio albums, obviously up to this point, which this came out in 2013, with new artwork, torturing and eviscerating live on CD and LP picture discs, recorded in Milwaukee and Tampa. New images, graphic prints, and a 2013 Cannibal Corpse calendar. I'm a huge Cannibal Corpse fan. The only reason I bought this is I was in a record store, and you can't find this anywhere, at least in record stores anymore, and I happened to look up and they had it up on a shelf, and I believe it was on sale. I don't know how much this was when it originally came out, but it was only, I think, maybe $160, which is pretty cheap. No, my dog's tearing shit up. So I'm going to open this up for you guys. I have yet to open it and see what we got here. I knew this box set came out and then completely forgot about it. And then, like I said, I just happened to come across it in a record store, and now I own it. So there's the box. There's nothing special about the box, just black. But when you first open it, pretty cool picture disc there of Cannibal Corpse playing in front of a crowd. And the back has some live shots, which is very cool. Art prints. These are just prints of the actual album covers, which are always cool in order. Eaten back to life with each one of these has the lyrics on the back. Very cool. Butchered at Birth, classic album cover. This is the one that freaked people out the most. Tomb of the Mutilated. I'm pretty sure this cover was banned in a lot of places, and they had to do The Bleeding. They had to do a censored version of that one. Of The Bleeding, the cover I have on The Bleeding on the CD is a close-up of this part. Vile was kind of not that big a deal. Gallery of Suicide. This was one of my favorites, Bloodthirst, at least artwork-wise. Gore Obsessed. This one was, yeah, The Wretched Spawn. That's kind of alien-esque. This one I didn't like. I never did. I think they used a different artist for this one for Kill. I think I remember reading about it, but this kind of didn't really go with the theme of Cannibal Corpse, in my opinion. I just kind of derailed it a little bit. Oh yes, Evisceration Plague, kind of meh compared to Cannibal Corpse artwork. Torture, and Torturing and Eviscerating Live. So again, this is back to the picture disc. Cannibal Corpse calendar. It's basically the album covers. Again, this is from 2013, so every 7 years it's going to be right, I guess. But each month is just album cover. Kind of cool if I had gotten this in 2013. Probably couldn't hang this up at work, but sure this would highly offend someone. Got the CD, Torturing and Eviscerating Live. Some cool artwork there. And then all of their CDs in this cool little package that folds out and folds out again. 12 of the albums with different types of artwork on it, and the back is really cool as well. Lots of I can't remember who did the artwork for this, but very, very cool looking. I have most of these albums anyway, so I might just sell the ones that I currently have, and there's not that much more in this box set. I'm not sure what else I was expecting in there, but probably do another video on Cannibal Corpse as a whole. As far as their newer stuff, Kill is probably my favorite from top to bottom. As far as the older shit, Tomb of the Mutilated always has a soft spot in my heart, and The Bleeding. That's around the time I got into Cannibal Corpse, so that kind of is like my it's what I remember them first. When I first kind of started discovering death metal, my mind was kind of blown, and I kept trying to find the most extreme kind of music, and it led me to Cannibal Corpse as far as lyrics, music, just the fast blast beats, the vocals, and I liked Chris Barnes, and I liked Corpse Grinder as well. I probably prefer Chris Barnes just because that was my first exposure to Cannibal Corpse, but I saw Cannibal Corpse play earlier this year, and there's quite a stage presence when it comes to Corpse Grinder. He kind of gets up on a monitor and all his fucking hair just hangs down. You can't even see his face, and he's just screaming at the top of his lungs. So they still put on a great live show, so I think they're on tour next year. I could be wrong on that, but if you have a chance to go see them and you've never seen Cannibal Corpse, you need to do that. They still bring it live. They have some great hair, but still one of the best live bands out there. So I hope you guys enjoyed that unboxing. If you can find this, it's pretty cool. All the covers and everything. Even if you have all the albums, if you're kind of a Cannibal Corpse completist, I think you could get this online for maybe $180, $200. But first 12 albums, what else do you need? Their newer stuff is okay. I haven't dug into much that they've put out since 2013, so I might go back and revisit, but there's get a good view cover there. Yeah, man, if you can find this, get it. Probably find it used for maybe $150. Keep your eye out on the internet, Discogs and eBay, and see what you come up with. But yeah, good stuff there. that's going to be it for this video. I've got some other reviews I'm going to do here today, and I still need to get to these 7 inches that I got in an auction, so stay tuned for that video, guys. But thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.